go. I do believe that we're live. So I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to find ourselves present, to find ourselves restful. Yes. Yes, I can use some rest today. It is definitely one of those days that's calling for rest, whether I want it to or not. It's raining outside. Feels very cozy indoors. It's not freezing. It's kind of just comfortable outside. Like you can walk out there with a t-shirt on. You might get rained on a little bit, but temperature-wise, it's very nice. And yesterday, we had a whole stream conversation about challenging yourself, right? Challenging yourself. And today's stream topic will be about the rest that you require after you have challenged yourself just a little bit. I am always challenged, trying to get my hair to follow rules. Fine, I'll forget about it. I'll rest. I'll rest that too. My calves feel like they're gonna explode. I'm not having a good time today. How are you doing? I'm sore. Is that Reino? Reino? Yes, bro. I could see it. I'm hurting. And Reino is actually English. I don't know why I'm speaking Afrikaans. Guess because he's a South African. Yesterday, I danced for an hour and a half long. Maybe it was like an hour and 11 minutes of actual dancing, but I'm like in a state today. Oh, I'm like recovering. I'm like, oh. I have this new device that my fiance got me. So whoop, it's her old one. She had this one, and then they give you an option to almost like on discount get a new one and then give your old one to someone else, and then there's like some sort of there's a whole system that they got going on, but they encourage you to give these things to someone else, and I'm the one who got it. And it basically is just a really good tracker, right? Like this watch of mine also has a heart rate sensor and stuff, but it has a screen on it, and it's a watch as well, so it doesn't measure as accurately or as regularly. And this one does. It keeps measuring constantly. And yesterday, I challenged myself the most I've been challenged so far. I hit like a 16 strain, which is a lot. My target is set to 11.1. The average, I think, is 6 globally. And I did 16, and I can feel it. I'm like in a state where, like walking around, I feel like I'm an old man a little bit. How are you feeling, bro? How are you doing right now? How's life treating you? Are you challenging yourself? That was what yesterday's conversation was like. And if so, what does rest look like for you? That is the other side of the question. Part of me even feels so inclined to start playing this little instrument of mine. You didn't get to see this right now, but I've been playing this instrument for like 6 years. 6 years, and then I had like a 2-ish year hiatus because this little instrument of mine got rehomed. And then Zhao got me this one for Christmas. Got me a little kalimba for Christmas. Is that Jaju? Missed you, Jaju. Oopsie. Sorry about that. That was a loud pick. It's nice having you here, Jaju. Good morning, sir. I certainly hope that all is well with you and your happy little corner of the world. Blessings. Thank you, bro. Things are even better in my corner of the world with you in this corner with me. I'll say. I'll say. And it's nice to have you here with me. Always. Hoopty Hoops was in our yoga class this morning, and I had this whole experience just thinking to myself how we really do have such a multi-pronged kind of experience overlapping. Some of the friends only tune in for my yoga, pretty much like Loazana, I think. She might tune into these streams as well, but pretty sure she exclusively joins the yoga classes. Some people pay attention to the Patreon. They look at the art. Some of you friends exclusively join the live streams, the YouTube fractal. And it really is this experience of it's just like wholesomeness. I feel like the sense of wholesome. No, you stay on that side of the couch, or you don't have to get closer to me. This dog keeps wanting to encroach on my space, and I keep telling it to not encroach, putting my foot in between me and him. I know what you think about doing. Oh, you have all of the space. Oh, all around us. That's just as nice. Bro looks like it's a sunny day. Yes, it's so sunny. I'm gonna go frolicking in the flower fields outside any second now. It's totally not saucing. It's totally not raining a lot right now outside for me too. There's so much mist. So much mist as well. Yesterday the world was covered in mist. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa. Samik, I am from South Africa. I came far to be here in Americas. And I like it. It's pretty much what I would expect. It's a pretty normal world for the most part. That kalimba is pretty snazzy, dude. I'm glad you have a new one. Thank you. You know about this? Have you seen it before? Hair dolls. That's a new one. Yeah. Sometimes I'll go and like reveal the comments that Sam Bobanieth. I'll go and like look why they got banned, and I don't know if that one is 100% bad, but the person does have evil in their username. Evil Bandit. I do not know if I want an evil bandit to take my hair and make dolls out of it. I'll probably get some sort of voodoo doctorate or something. That's a new one. My English is not as strong. Please. My English learning, please. We're learning together, Samik. This is how it works. I was not always a decent English speaker. I don't know if I'm a good one necessarily, but I'm decent at the very least. People can understand me. But I spent a lot of time exposing myself to information, right? Watching TV shows, reading books, and eventually it will click. But it does take time. Give yourself some grace. Yeah, sometimes it's better that you don't look, Melt. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just like one of those, Sam. Kid is here. Hey, kid. It's nice having you. Javan! Big love to your little sister. There's Hoopty Hoops, too. We were talking about you this morning, Hoopy. How was the yoga class? Did you join? I mean, you did join the yoga class, but like, did you follow my cues? Were you meditating with us? How did you find it, Hoops? It is sometimes better. You're completely right. Jose, Jajikun, and Sam, new friends too, dropping by to send y'all love before I have to lock in for a meeting. Hope you wonderful peeps have a happyful day. So much love to you, Zhao. I know how to speak Hindi. That's pretty cool. I can't speak Hindi. I can speak Afrikaans. Jeg kan ikke Afrikaans praat. Jeg kan bare Afrikaans praat, egentlig. Jeg kan ikke mer speak Afrikaans praat. Maar ik denk niet dat het wel så beundrende, nee. Weet je al, My name is Eric. I know. I know your name is Eric Hoops. You want me to call you Eric from now on? I can do that for you too. What's the topic today? The topic today is rest. And that's why I have this kalimba out, like on the ready. Like I need some rest though. My lower back is tweaked. My calves feel like they are in casts. I need some milk right now, bro. I even drank a protein shake about it, just to like give my body some sort of fighting chance. No shit, your government name is Eric Hoopy? You didn't know that, Sam? Yeah. Yeah, it's Eric. But you said we're gonna talk about. I'm pretty sure we didn't. Yes, Sam. Good morning. Good morning, Hoops. You want us to call you Eric? Kid D. Seems like you have not been able to. What's the word I'm looking for? Get with it just yet. You are film star. You're so smart. I know. I'm so big brained. So stop. There's only like two ways for me to take compliments like that. It's like either laying it on thick or like not laying it on at all, right? Trying to shimmy myself away from it as fast as I can. I appreciate the love, dear friend. I'm gonna play some of this kalimba for rest, okay? Okay. I have taken a moment to rest a little bit more. Today is gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be running around. I'm gonna potentially. No, I don't think today will be the day. But I'll go through the process of getting a social security number. That is the plan. Mission acquire social security number. Apparently, I need one before I'm allowed to get married. Are you angry at me for not replying to your comment about you calling my hair famous for your really film star? I don't know what that means, but maybe it means like I'm not gonna try it. I could be famous for how great my hair is. Yep. I don't know if I believe that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll put it in one of my little piggy banks of compliments that I got. When I feel down on myself, I'll be like, bro, someone told you you were a film star. You're so smart. Remember that you're a film star. So smarty. You can be film star too. Hard-boiled eggs and fresh avocados for breakfast. Joe hard-boiled some eggs just last night, and we had some frozen avocados. The first time I ever had frozen avocado. It wasn't completely atrocious. It was nice enough. The best energy boost I could ask for this time of day. That is some good stuff. Good fats to process. Hit the gym. Try something else, bro. I am Bojackiev enough. I don't need more Bojackies. Right? I literally, not to brag, I'm bragging a little bit. Actually, I'm bragging. I literally have a six pack. Actually, an eight pack technically, if you want to be technical. I got blocks all the way down. Can you see? No, no, you cannot. No, you have to be very close. You have to be very lucky to see such things. All right. Once you have eight pack and is Bojackiev, then you can start telling me to hit the gym. Or alternatively, if you want to pay for a gym membership, all right, then that's also, you can also like, I paid for your gym membership. Go hit the gym. Otherwise, Nia. I say Nia. Tristan. Hey Tristan. Gaan met jou. How you doing, bro? How's life treating you? Today's stream topic is about rest, though. Ooh, flexing, huh? A little bit, though. I'm feeling touched, though. Feeling touched. Yesterday we had a whole conversation slash even like day of challenging the self. I did share a little bit earlier that I have a Whoop that tracks my statistics, and you have this metric on this device that's called strain that lets you know how hard you pushed yourself, right? How long your heart was in a elevated state and stuff like that. And yesterday is the hardest I had pushed myself since I got to America. And I pushed. And my legs are hurting for it though. Like I'm actually hurt. Not injured, just hurt. Right? I'm a little bit hurt today. I'm a little bit ouch. And as a result, I'm talking about rest today because it's just as important. I think that's maybe like the crux of the conversation that I'm trying to get at is that yes, you should challenge yourself. Yes, you should push yourself to your limits, but you should also prioritize your rest with the same amount of fervor, with the same power of intention. You should let yourself rest as well. I think you're still young, right? So pushing yourself is not exactly something that you really occupy your mind with just yet. But that is kind of something that I believe would serve you more the earlier you get good at it, right? Do you ever go on like little jogs? Do you go on Do you do yoga? Do you ride a bicycle? That could be a good one too. All right, as we age, we start forming this thing called a default mode network. And your default mode network is essentially this pattern of neurons that fire together. And they fire together and they wire together to the point where your existence, your entire life, will essentially be dictated by this small set of together firing neurons. And they will fire the same way, day after day after day after day. All right? And the best thing that you can do is try and integrate into that default mode network a certain pattern of taking care of yourself, where it becomes normal for you to have a process in your day where you challenge yourself a little bit, and then it becomes normal to sleep at an appropriate time. I feel like that's one of the things that I really had a hard time with, Tristan, when I was your age, when I was a kid, where I just didn't want to sleep. Good morning, Darren. It's nice having you here, friend. I didn't want to sleep. I could not, for the life of me, get myself to go to bed. I had to force myself into bed. And I would like staying up until like 2 a.m. in the morning. I would regularly stay up until 6 a.m. in the morning because I could. I had enough energy to just stay there. Just stay in my presence. However, as I got older, I realized that sleep is something that isn't necessarily something that I value, but something that I should. Hey, big arms. It's nice having you here. You're in great shape. Thanks. Thanks. That's so nice of you to say. I love that for both of us. You know, you being nice as one of the first things that you're sharing in this space. And I love when people are nice to me. I love it. I try to be nice to other people too. So cheers to you, big arms. We probably both have big arms. But we're talking today about rest. All right? That it's good for you to exercise and get big arms, if you will. But you can only do so if you rest adequately as well. And I'm talking about rest in the ultimate sense, like getting your sleep in. Kindness goes a long way, doesn't it? Right? Like this space, the world, I feel at large, will appreciate you more if you can find a way to be calm and kind. Zoe is destroying his cage again. Wow, legs look jacked. I do have pretty bojacky legs as well. Yeah, it's true. I have good calves. Thanks for the compliments. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna be back in a second. You need to stop, Zoe. You need to stop. You can't be screaming and stuff, dude. You can't just scream, bro. You can't just scream about stuff, dude. We had you outside your cage this morning. Should I close this? Should I close this for you? Is it cold? Is that what's happening? Are you cold? I'll close this for you, okay? Don't you like those sounds out there? Do you want it open or closed? Should I keep it open for you? You want some bath? No? You don't want none of that? It is raining outside. Zoe? There you go. There you go, sweet girl. There you go, yeah. Is that better? He has a bunch of pin feathers coming in. It is spring. So Like he has so many new feathers growing. And apparently, and I say this only because I found out from Joe, apparently that they itch and stuff, so he's an uncomfortable little bird right now. But I do not have the equipment to help him. Usually when they're together, they like bite those little pins and they'll release the feathers, but since we're humans, Jo tries to pinch him with her nails, but some of them are still in a developmental phase or still coming out, so they're not supposed to be pinched just yet. And yeah, he's processing. Let me see. Well, legs look jacked too. Warrior 1 will do that. Yep, I have done. Let's do the maths. How many Warrior 1s have I done? At the very least, right, just in my personal practice. When did I start practicing yoga? Was around day 300, right? Something like that. We'll round down and we'll say 1,500 times at least 8. I've done at least 12,000 Warrior 1 poses. At least. At the like literally bare minimum 12,000, because I do practice in my own time as well, right? But I don't know if my legs got bigger for it. That's the other thing that I'm like kind of skizzing about, Sam. When I worked out, when I would like, do push exercises, I think my legs were bigger back then. When I would still, as I'm encouraged to hit the gym, when I would still hit the gym, my legs were much bigger. But I feel like my legs are way stronger at this point in my life, and I think that's more important. I've noticed too, Melt has been putting in some work. Thank you, friends. I really have been trying. Like, it's been something I've been prioritizing since I came to the States. Sleep, food, and exercise. Because again, like, these are things that I've known for a long time. If you friends have been tuning into my channel, you've probably been hearing me talk about similar stuff since the very start of our streaming journey. Hey Julie, it's nice having you here. Right? And you have watched me ebb and flow with that understanding as well. You watched me, you saw me 2 months after I came back from China, right? And I gained, was it 40 pounds? A little bit more than 40 pounds while I was in China. Because again, I wasn't prioritizing my sleep. I wasn't caring or taking due consideration of what I eat. And I wasn't exercising. And then, it's a big surprise, suddenly gained 40 pounds in a year and a half. Oopsie. All right, and then I came back and I was like, okay, are we going to do the things we know we're supposed to do, or are we going to continue ignoring this problem we seem to be facing? And then I started again. And you friends have been here in this space with me this whole time. Phil, even though I've had so much more to be insecure about at that point of my journey, there was less insecurity. And I think that's one of the crazy things about, humanity. I'll say, even like I'll cast us all in this little mold, right? That no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how good your hair looks, no matter how fit your body is, no matter what, almost, the person in that position, the person with the good hair, the person with the, aesthetic body, they still have things that they look at themselves at and find problems with, right? Oh, I could be more perfect-er if this curl just stayed here instead of wanting to be there. Could be more perfect-er if I could bring my body fat down to 8% instead of being, I'm probably in the 20s right now. I wouldn't be surprised. I might be high like between the 15 and 20, right? But I think I'm in the 20s right now. And it is this matter of like letting that rest. I think maybe that's the way I can bring today's stream topic into mind, is that let yourself rest. That it's okay. It's really okay. Put some things to rest, especially so this incessant need to be a certain way. Right? And it is this dichotomy that I share, that I try to share with you friends. I had a conversation with Joe just yesterday about it, in the context of seeming crazy, right? Where I communicated my, not fear as much as it was awareness of, yeah, maybe there's some fear. Maybe like a certain insecurity around the potential that you friends would see me as insane, right? That I'm some insane person on the internet. Me and Joe have had access to the internet for a long time, and we have seen our fair share of insane people. And I shared with her this this concern I have that the audience, the person, you on the other side of this screen, might look at me and see something which I'm not, or at least see something which I am not trying to be. And then she shared with me this understanding, this perspective, if you will, from her side, that she sees me as someone who is not only conscious, but specifically as well health conscious. We talked a little bit about the as below, so above kind of fractal. In Vedic understanding, you cannot be mentally well if you're not physically well, right? It's like it doesn't work that way. You can't expect. You can't expect yourself to be mentally well if you're not taking care of your physical form. And it's this hard like line that I'm trying to like skirt, where I don't think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a matter of like being informed, right? And I think Joy Vive did technically give me credit, even though I give the credit right back to her every time. But she used the direct words that because I was so vocal and letting her know over and over again that yoga is good for you. Do just 15 minutes of yoga today. If you just do 15 minutes of yoga, 15 minutes, right? You don't have to do a whole hour of exercise. And even then, a whole hour is what, 6% of your day, right? You can give 1.5% of a single day to this action, and then your life will be made better for it, right? And I was vocal and I was insistent over and over again. And then she did. She did at some point start joining my yoga classes. And now she's doing CrossFit, she's doing strength kind of like workshops, and she's gotten into the exercise journey. And Joy Vive has shared with us as well the evolution of her process, where she might not be where she wants to be aesthetically already, but the amount of strength and quality of life she has gained by showing up for herself in that way outclasses, right? It's like we did share a little bit earlier, some of the insecurities can come, like no matter how good you look, relatively speaking, the insecurities can still arise. That's one of the things that really helps, at least in my mind, is that instead of being insecure about the way that you look, you can make it very clear to yourself how strong you're becoming, right? That you are now suddenly capable of doing something that you were not capable of doing earlier. Your message was redirected. Solitarius. Did look like a big one. I was curious about what you had said. But so it goes into the void. Did you play sports in high school? I don't know if you're still here, Big Arms, but I did not. I was not sports player in high school. The only sport that I really did was swimming and shooting professionally. Professionally, competitively. That's better. Love is true. Yeah. Yeah. And then rolling it back into rest. How do I allow myself more rest? I've not been getting very restful sleep, unfortunately. Is matching? Is marching band a sport? I didn't play sport either. I think still a physical activity, right? You had to walk on cue, right, or march, I guess, on cue. Had to carry an instrument. What instrument did you play, Sam? It's kind of judgment in a way, right? What instrument would Sam play? I can kind of see Sam being a part of the drum line a little bit, but I'm also imagining her gravitating towards the wind instruments, right? Flute. You played a flute, Darren. I also felt like wind instrument, like it's either a wind instrument or drumline. My junior year, we learned a 4-5 step, which had us squat running across the field. Fun times, let me tell you. Darren is right. I played flute. You got it, Darren. Nice. And then I switched to piccolo my junior year. Okay, yeah. Piccolo is also a wind instrument, right? Think so. I just remember she mentioned it once. Nice, Darren. You got it locked in. The flute. Yeah. We didn't have stuff like that in South Africa, unfortunately. But I wonder if I would have been a part of marching band. I think if I was in high school and we did have marching band, I think I would have thought that I'm too cool for it. Right? Marching band? No. No, I'm not gonna march band. I'm gonna sit at the bleachers and talk shit to friends. I'm too cool for all of that marching band stuff. I can see my kid self being like that. I was not very enamored. I was completely disillusioned with everything school since I was 9. I think it was when I was 9. Yep. Yeah. It's around that age. All right, grade 3. So grade 4? Grade 3 into grade 4, where I suddenly, like, my faculties started switching on and I started paying attention to where and what was going on around me. And I hated it. I did not like it much at all. I'm wondering, right? Because like that's kind of like what I'm kind of like unearthing, digging at in myself. Like there's this one part that's like it's regrettable that South African schools don't have that same amount of culture. They don't have that same that same opportunity in order to like learn an instrument and have a whole class dedicated to it, perform in front of people, right? Like all of those are very valuable skills. Even if you're never gonna play an instrument again, even if you're never gonna perform in front of people again, doing so even a little bit, I think is good for you, right? It enables you to be a certain type of person. And I don't think that I'm not that kind of person, but I think I might have been even more capable if I had the opportunity to. I did do speeches. What do you call it? We call it redenaars. Hey Google, what is redenaars? The Africa. No, it's not gonna get that. Redenaars. What is redenaars in English? public speaking or oratory, depending on the context. Public speaking is the most common term used, but oratory is a slightly more formal term referring to the art of making eloquent speeches. Yes, I was doing oratory and I guess public speaking. Rednar, the orator. I was an orator. And like pretty much since I was 9. Since I was 9 up until I finished high school, my mom was very insistent on me being an orator. Every year I had to orate. I don't think I won even once. I think I came second once. But I wasn't the best orator. Because again, I was disillusioned. I had to give a speech that was written for me by someone else that I didn't really care about the topic or the subject matter that was being discussed. And then we would have, because I would still qualify, right? Since I came second or whatever, I would still qualify for the inter-school competitions. And then we would, during those inter-school competitions, we would have our prepared speech, and then we would be given like an hour, and then we would have to present an unprepared speech, where you literally just write the speech on the spot, and then you go and present it to the entire crowd. And that stuff I was good at. That stuff I would win at. Because, again, I'm good at talking when it comes to actually doing it, right? And like the other kids would practice. They would practice so much harder than me. They would like, I was a mathlete. There you go, Darren. As being those kinds of kids. I was definitely not a mathlete, but I feel you on that. It's kind of funny. Yeah, man, being in schools. This little pirate just stole my fucking cheese stick. Your little kid. That's hilarious. Speech and debate. I did that too. That's definitely not a sport. It's just an excuse to disappear for a weekend. Yep. Sometimes I would be lucky enough to get to disappear on like a Thursday, right? Because it would be like on Thursday that the competition would happen. Some of it was weekends, and I did not like those, actually. So having to sacrifice one of my weekends to go to some place to orate was not exactly my idea of a good time. But it made my mom happy, so I did it. I'm an athlete. It's pretty cool, still, Darren. If it is a point you understand, your brain will find a way. Right, Mel? I feel that. Happy that you're here with me for it, Hoopy. Darren was a nerd. Say it ain't so. Oh, I think all of us were nerds. Maybe not the top of the class nerds, but maybe geeks. I think all of us might have been geeks, right? I was one of the geeks, I think. I was not very popular in high school. Big surprise. Not very popular at all. In fact, I was actually kind of disliked by some because I was rude. Excessively rude. During high school, became disillusioned with the religion that was perpetuated in my society. And I became like a hardcore atheist. And not only that, but I was atheist in the way where I was kind of feeling proud of myself that I could hold the understanding that I will die and turn to worm food one day and it not perturb me. Right? And then I would proceed to make others uncomfortable. Right? They would try and make fun of me. I would tell them they're gonna die one day. and turn into warmth. And I would have creative ways of letting them know, right? Oh, melt, banana, banana. It's like, well, good thing you'll be dead one day. And then I won't have to think about you. And I would catch people off guard. I don't think many people like thinking about their death. And at that point in my life, that's all I was concerned with. Until society ruined me in high school. I had straight A's up until that point. You poor thing, Darren. Yeah, high school was not a vibe, though. I did not enjoy high school much at all. Was there parts of high school that I enjoyed? No. No, I don't think there was. Let me think about it again. Yep, hated all of it. What I didn't hate, and again, that's why I'm pretty vocal about the hating of high school, is the people, right? I did at least have like a group of homies, all of the other nerds slash geeks, game players, right? People that weren't that into sports. So I did at least have my little posse of homies, and we would have cool conversations. We would talk a lot. We were a very talky kind of clique, right? We would just endlessly communicate, just talking and talking and talking. We even had like a whole joke at that point in our like little friend group that apparently women speak X amount of words a day and men speak X amount of words a day, like half X amount of words a day. And then we were like, yeah, we're totally speaking amount of words like women's with all of our talkings. All right. It was fun. It was definitely fun. But again, I could have had that not being at school as well. The school wasn't the one that facilitated. I think if anything that school is good for is just like putting you in a space of other people so you can learn who you are. Is this a dagger? Nay, it is a sun. I'm missing context, but sure. When does the call-in portion of the show begin? I mean, according to Zoe, it's right now. Tooth. I would love a call-in portion on Meltstream. That would actually be pretty cool. My American phone number is attached to that device. So I think on that level, maybe we'll have to figure something out. Maybe I'll have to stream with the iPhone or something, and then I can answer your calls. It could be fun. It could also be an opportunity for max chaos. Use your words, Melt. No pending it up. I'm not pending anything up. I'm so chill. I'm just processing. I'm resting into myself instead of letting it out. All right? Because you can say things, and they might be true in the immediate moment. More often than not, they lose their intensity. All right? If you can just let yourself rest patiently, eventually you'll find yourself present. I was joking about the bird. No, I know, Darren. I know. I'm still using my words. Using my words actively. He is definitely in a tizzy. His window is open. It's nice and warm outside. The humidity is nice and high. He is a rainforest burb, so he's doing well in there. But he wants to be out. That's what I hear him saying. He wants to be roaming the outside world. When it's a little bit warmer outside, I will go put him outside. But right now, I still think it's a little bit uncomfortable for him. It's not freezing, but it's cold enough for him to get cold eventually. Greetings to all of you from my side. Greetings to you, Moon Knight. And welcome to this space. How do you find your side of the world right now? Today's stream topic is about allowing ourselves rest. And I'm trying to really be restful in this state. So restful. Completely Borestius. Calming myself down as much as I can. I definitely have adjusted, at least to the current state of reality that I'm in. Right, one of the things that I intended to do, me and Joe talked about it before I ever came here, is that I do want to like become more health conscious with her. Late to the chat, but hello all. Just saying hi. Hey Kirsty. I don't think Dan is here either, so you can tell Dan that you're a bigger fan of my streams than he is now, right? Boom. You did it. I should remove Dan as a mod and excuse me. I should remove Dan as a mod, make you a mod, Christy. I'm sure he'll get the opposite of what a kick is out of that. Mel, you are looking very good today. Thanks. That's nice of you to say. Must be because I slept enough. I did sleep enough. According to my Whoop stats, I've not been recovering well, but I've been sleeping enough. There's so many things that affect our sleep quality. How restful we are as we enter it, having a big effect as well. We did take an Epsom salt bath. Watched an episode of Shrinking. Are you using a translator? You can understand Hindi? Yeah. You don't? You didn't know that I understand Hindi? Send something in Hindi again. Oh, watch me understand that too. Check out. Try it. You send something in Hindi. Thank you for thinking I look good. Your hair is gonna give me eye cancer. You poor thing. Look away, I guess, right? You poor thing. Having your poor little eyeballs scorched out of your tiny little skull. It must be the tiniest little skull, like just a little bitty, just a little scully with the tiniest little walnut brain in it. I don't know why I'm being mean back. I shouldn't be mean back. Tatty bad fingers. I actually like being a nice guy, but it's almost like I'm like sparring. What are you drinking? I'm drinking coffee. Moon Knight. This is coffee. Kofefe, but it's done. I think I have like maybe like a single sipular left in there. Man! And it's only 10 a.m. I feel like today is going to be one of those days where I might drink more caffeine about it. I did drink caffeine late like at 3:30 yesterday. And I thought it was going to affect me more than it did. Nice to hear. Mellow. Yes, better to be kind. Are you grumpy today? I'm not grumpy, Cat. I'm not grumpy. I'm not feeling particularly grumpy, but I feel like I'm in like a state of being tender, Like my calves are really hurting. My lower back is a little bit tight. My mind feels clear. My breath feels stable. My heart rate is a little bit elevated in like the 80s. But that is to be expected when I'm streaming. I can maybe like retest it. Really, really clean waves. Okay, now I'm at 63. That's good. Yeah, my body seems like it's very quiet. Your smile gives nice. Thank you. I like being nice. I like being nice, cat. That is my preferred state of being. However, I feel like I'm in this state of a little bit apprehension, right? Like I did all of this movement yesterday and like I don't want to deal with nonsense, right? It's like I have done my dues. Melt, really? Can you understand Hindi? Yeah, of course. And I'm good. Thank you for asking. Moon Knight, how are you doing? How's life treating you? Moon Knight's losing his mind. He's like, what? Melt understands Hindi? How's he doing that? I don't know. He understands Hindi. I don't. Actually, I've been lying this whole time. Actually, Moon Knight, I've been being a liar. This YouTube has an auto translation feature. It like auto translatius. When you said you can send messages in your language and then I receive them in English. Pretty cool. So I've been reading your messages, your Hindi messages in English this whole time. Get bamboozled, Moon Knight. The crazy world doesn't help. Nope. Nope, it doesn't. I have been doing my best, Cat, to not pay attention to the news cycle. But it does seep through. Right. Every now and then I look through one of the cracks. And then as soon as I look through that crack, I see there's a bunch of bullshit happening out there. And then I get a piece of duct tape and I cover that crack again. Let's hope it stays. Let's hope it stays sealed for a little bit longer so I don't have to think about any of that. We have been here for an hour. I may play some more kalimba, but I will definitely show you a flower and pull you a card. We have to bear witness. Oh yes. I'm in this dualistic state, Cat, where I feel like I've definitely been good at bearing witness for most of my life, where I have a certain stability, I believe, with which I can receive information. And you're like, what does that mean, Melt? Stop being so vague. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll like pay attention to the news cycles. And then I'll see what happens in the news cycles, right? I'll see, oh, this thing is happening now. And then I'll have the ability to be indifferent towards the thing. Or at least I think I'm being indifferent. I'm not letting it affect me. However, I still find myself thinking about it. And I'd like to believe that I'm unaffected, but if I think about it, then that must mean that there is something happening. I understand, can't overload, yep, right? And then I would, in that state of thinking, unaffected in the way where it's like I don't care, right? In the way that if someone lets me know that they just stepped in a wet spot with their socks, right? Like I'm like, oh, that's bad. I'm so sorry for you. I hate when that happens. But I'm not directly being influenced or affected by the wet sock experience, right? So I have this like distance that I get to maintain between myself and the experience, right? However, I have not been doing that. I've not been doing that because I find myself a lot more I guess, aware of the fact that these things are still happening, right? Like people are still stepping in wet spots of their socks, metaphorically speaking, of course. And yeah, what is it I'm saying? I'm saying you deserve rest, right? And if engaging with the social media slash news cycle doesn't bring you rest, then consider having less. I've been having very little. I've been microdosing the news cycles, right? What'll happen sometimes is I'll do this, and then suddenly I'll be inundated by a bunch of articles. And then sometimes I'll be like, what's happening in the world? And I'll be like, okay, enough. I'm gonna stop. It seems like some good stuff. Nice. More tax cuts. Makes sense, of course. Yes. Nvidia is pulling back from OpenAI, of course. The financial crash. Nice, coming. Scientists discovering ancient tools. Cool, cool, cool. Oh my goodness. There's 2080 Tomahawk missiles missing, of course. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Cool. Crypto stuff is happening. Nice. TerraPower wins reactor approval. We're gonna build SMRs, I'm guessing. Federal government granted the first commercial reactor construction permit in nearly a decade. Sodium cooled plant. Nice. Salt, like a little salt plant in Wyoming. Clean energy by 2031. Love that. Yeah. Yeah, I need to stop. I'm stopping. Tell me this is a joke. Like, why? Who would carry that? Who would carry that in their pocket? Right? Like, I'll show you this. I'll show you this just because I find it funny. One of the things being put on my news cycle is like, oh look, it's a pebble. It looks like a phone, but it doesn't have a screen like a phone. And all you have to do is just speak, and Pocket delivers summaries and action items with clarity. Yes. Carry another phone-sized thing in your pocket that your phone could do as well. Because you don't want to carry a phone, I guess. Maybe that's the intention. All right, it's like usually something like that where I'm like, I think the world is getting more stupid. Mind exploding. Oh yeah. Human is a being that can't exist without suffering at the same time. Human is the only creature who seeks meaning in this meaningless world. Good old Albert Camus. You know, that dude, he definitely was on a trip. Hey, Dan is here. Dan, so busy with work yesterday and today, but I love you guys. Hi and bye-bye. We love you, Dan. Thank you for joining us. If even just for a moment, your presence is appreciated. Just a second of your time will be cherished. Like a small little baby. New eyes looking at the world, making sure that they see the best possible thing, right? Right? You want to see something cool? You want to see something you've probably not seen before? At least not this one immediately, unless you're one of my Patreon supporters. A small little baby. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Cherishing your time like all little babies. Yeah. Look at that. No. Stop it. Stop it, Google. You stop that. You fucking stop. I can't find it. AI overview. This image appears to be a vibrant, abstract digital artwork, possibly created using digital fluid art or fractal techniques. The style. The artwork features vividly colorful and swirling kaleidoscopic patterns. The technique, it resembles digital paintings with manipulating colors to form and create non-representative Representational imagery. Similar art. Similar abstract digital pieces have been produced by artists like Peter Jalesh. Cool, Peter Jalesh. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Get my own freaking computer back. For you. Peace out, my friend. Show me quick. We love you, Dan. Look at the textures hiding in those dark spots. There are textures. Okay. Those are all of the main features of this work. And then I'll read you this small little excerpt. What did I write of this one? Choose a challenge and see it through. The more you do, the more it does for you. I don't know how to make money, so I can go on here and do stupid stuff on YouTube. That's the cool thing about me, Mr. Nick, is I am so rich that I never have to make money ever again. You know? So I can just do whatever I want. Manifesting, 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 manifesting. Yes. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Your insults are actually compliments. Thank you for reminding me of how good I have it. You can't even rub two nickels together. Yeah, joke's on you. I don't deal with real money, or at least I should call it not real money, right? If you think fiat currency is real money, so you have an American flag behind on your profile picture as well. You want to see something cool? I'm sure you're gonna love this, especially since you talk about nickels, all right? A dollar purchasing power graph. Yeah. So no matter how much money you have, all right, look at this. Look at that. All right. Yeah. This is how much your money used to be worth, and this is how much our money is worth now. So even if I had two nickels to rub together, my nickels since 100 years ago is worth 25x less right now. All right, so even if you rub those two nickels together, it's not going to be worth too much. All right. First, there was the Bretton Woods Agreement establishing the gold standard and the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. All right, of course. Then there was the stock market crash that led up to the Great Depression. And then the gold standard was abandoned. And then currencies are no longer linked to gold. And then the US money supply grew by $3.8 trillion in 2022, equaling to 20% of all dollars ever created. Yeah, during the whole COVID thing. And then more. And then more happened. Here is a newer one, it seems. Looks pretty cool. Yeah. In 1913, a single dollar could buy you 30 Hershey's chocolate bars. In 1929, a dollar could buy you 10 rolls of toilet paper. In 1933, a dollar could buy you 10 bottles of beer. In 1944, a dollar could buy you 20 bottles of Coca-Cola. In 1953, a dollar could buy you 10 bags of pretzels. In 1964, a dollar could buy you a drive-in movie ticket. In 1971, a dollar could buy you 17 oranges. In 1987, you could buy 2 boxes of crayons with a dollar. In 1997, that's around the time I was born, you could buy 4 grapefruits. In 2008, you could buy 2 lemons. In 2020, you can buy a bland McDonald's coffee. And today, you can buy a packet of gummy worms. One packet of gummy worms. All right. So from 13 bars of chocolate to a single pack of gummy worms, in 100 years. All right. So if you're going to value how much money a person has, oh, I don't know how to make money, so I go on here and do stupid stuff on YouTube. I make money on YouTube too. I have made money on YouTube too. Made more than a single dollar, right? So I can at least buy myself packets of gummy worms doing what I do. How much do they pay you to comment bullshit on other people's live streams? Oh, nothing? Oh, wow. You must be even more confused than I am in that case, right? Because at least, apparently, according to your value system, I earned $1 doing this. All right, Hoopy just has to now send me $1. Send me $1, Hoopy. So I've made more money than this loser. I'm joking, of course. I definitely have like a little bit of salt. There's some salt in me. There's like a little bit of salt. Just like a wee bit of salt today. Why is it? Why do I feel salty? I think it's because I didn't recover well enough yesterday. Like I need to rest more. Yeah. Yeah. Love you, Sam. I was hoping that he'd say something else. Part of me wants to get better at dissing on the trolls. I just shouldn't care. I shouldn't care what they have to say. But they're still people, all right? And it's a matter of like, rarely would a person say something like that to you in person. But I am one of those people who would love Epsom salt. I actually had an Epsom salt bath last night, Kat. Yeah. I did have an Epsom salt bath last night, but maybe I need to stay in a little longer or something. I'm gonna shuffle this deck a little bit more. Boppily. Love you, Sam. You friends ready? Are one of you going to help me stop? All right. I will now start flaring these cards. And I'll give it a second. Either I'll look for a stop in chat, or I'll stop when I feel like it. Whichever comes first. Yes. People are haters, keyboard warriors, but in person they cower. Yeah. Not a single person. Thank you, Christy. Not a single person has ever tried something like that with me in person. I would decimate. I will, metaphorically, jump on any point, especially if it's a bad one, until it's in little bits and been reintegrated into the earth indefinitely. I grew up with a family of I want to call my dad a religious fanatic, but I don't know if he's a fanatic necessarily. No, I think that's right. All right, so my entire life, at least my entire conversational life, right? Since I've been able to actually make points of my own and stand my ground, especially when I'm, not being attacked per se, but challenged, I have been fighting for my life, right? So when I have moments like these, it's like, oh yeah, oh, is that so? Is that okay? I'll see. We got the dolphin Merkaba. I had a dream with Christian in it just last night. Literally just last night I had a dream of Christian in it. And this is the card that I associate with Christian. It's a longtime friend that I have, right? And in this dream, I ask him to go on a walk with me. And then I am like trying to get dressed. And then he's like already walking. And I'm like basically running after him in my underwear, like being like, bro, I just want to get dressed. Just wait for me for a second. And then I go back inside to finish getting dressed. And then I get outside and he's gone. And then I proceed to like run around trying to find this homie of mine. Interesting that we pulled this card. Thank you, Christy. It feels very synchronous. The Merkaba. The dolphin Merkaba. Let's see what it says. I did pull it right side up as well, so joy and cooperation. I don't know if this is going to relate to rest too much, but I am still interested in seeing how this card unfolds. All right. The geometry of this card results from the interpenetration of two tetrahedrons, commonly called the Merkaba. The Merkaba is believed to be a vehicle of dynamic balance, expanded awareness, and multi-dimensional travel. The image was inspired by witnessing wild dolphins form this amazing geometry. These beings exude the vibration of joy and cooperative play, and some believe they hold a key to interdimensional travel. Seeing dolphins play with these geometries helps us to understand the universality of the messages. Choosing this card asks you to connect with the joy that resides within you. I've definitely not been too joyful this morning, huh? Maybe this is the card that I needed. Connect with the joy that resides within you. We occasionally forget to exercise our joy factor. One message of the dolphins is that joy and laughter are always available, and through cooperative play, we can share the joy of living. Visualize yourself as playing in this dolphin Merkaba and deeply experiencing pure joy. How can you better express your joy? How can you bring more laughter into your everyday life and share the way it feels? Joy is infectious. Become its expression. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Why am I not feeling joyful today? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Checking with myself, being like, uh-huh. And then myself goes, and I'm like, okay, all right. All right, okay. I hear you. I hear you myself. It's gonna be okay, all right? It's gonna be okay. All right, I think waking up the way I did not, I really hated that dream. I hated that dream so much. I don't regularly hate my dreams, but I hated that one. All right. After I realized that my friend had left me, I went searching, and I searched. I searched for what felt like hours, and I could not find him. And apparently, I'm looking back in the dream, apparently cell phones did not exist because I just spent time running around, seeing if I can stumble upon him. But the place was so big that after hours of searching, I did not find anything. I thank you, friends, for joining me. I appreciate you sharing this space, for being present with me today. Thank you for finding some time. I have shown you flowers. I've pulled a card. Maybe I'll play some more Galimba to finish it off. Thank you, Sam. Maybe I'll play some Kalimba, yeah. I think so. We can chillax, exercise our joy factor a little bit, right? Extract some joy out of. This plant needs some more water again. And I'll give it some. Okay. This might make a click. Nope. Cool. Let me set a timer again. Has a tanginess to it. Why are you making such scratchy sounds? At one point, I actually shimmied a little piece of paper. Better. It's not this thing vibrating against it, is it? It is. Me messing with my instrument itself, meanwhile. This one I might have detuned a bit. Better. Even you. You're not technically supposed to ding them that hard, but that's the way it's supposed to sound. Ding. Sorry about me. Sorry about me skizzing about my instrument instead of playing it as much as I'm supposed to. It is actually higher than the rest of them. It doesn't ring for as long as it's supposed to either. No más. I need to let it rest. Part of my tisms and my OCD is that as soon as I set my mind to fixing something, I have a hard time stopping. And I don't think I'm going to be able to fix this. Not right now, at the very least. But when, I ask myself in these moments. If not now, then when will it be fixed? It's better, but not perfect. The body will rest well if you will work well. Activity. Okay. It's better. As long as I don't hit it harder than that. I'm skizzing. This is random, but just popped into my head. My son ate almost an entire pack of Hawaiian rolls with dinner last night. I was like, look, you ate all of that? Is he a growing boy? Sounds like it. So calming. Remy just said she wants one to play. Is Remy your daughter? They're not that expensive. Okay, Christy, I don't know if I should be helping your kid justify getting one, but I think they're $30. Yeah, she is. I think they're $30. You can get ones with a resonating box that I think are cheaper, interestingly enough. Kalimba. Kalimba. Or marimba, they call them as well. But kalimba, I think you should be able to find them. Those are kalimbas. I personally am biased towards getting one of a solid body because it makes the sound a little bit warmer. But you'll get a more acoustic kind of sound with the resonating chambers. And yeah, $25. There's one for $25. Also has 17 keys. Maybe get her one of those. Here's one for $16, also with 17 keys. So lowest price you can expect to pay is like $17, it seems. Right? Get her one. Seriously. Even if she doesn't play with it for long. If she likes the sound, if she likes playing one enough, then maybe consider getting her a solid body one. The solid body ones are like 4 times or 5 times the price sometimes. Like here's a solid body one for $50, and here's another solid body one for $77, and another solid body one for $90. But the one with the resonation chambers are usually a bit more affordable. So do it, Christy. Get her a kalimba. It's very forgiving to play as well. What's the name of it? Kalimba. Let me send the name in chat. Kalimba. Thank you, Hoopty Hoops. Appreciate you. Did you? Yeah, we both got a post. That pose of adulting. Thank you. I just Googled it. Perfect. There you go. Yeah. Get her one of those $17 ones, right? $17 is basically a negligible amount of money. You'll forget about it. And then it's forgiving, right? Like you can... When I bring this microphone up and never turn it on. Silly me. Yeah. It is... I don't even know how I discovered this instrument. But it is one of those things that have served me very well. Sweet. Allowed ourselves some rest. Thank you for joining us, Christy. And need to see the name. Remy too. Love to you, dear friends. Thank you for resting into this space here with me again. It was a pleasure sharing. I look forward to seeing you friends again soon, tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have good news to share. Or at least know that things have been finished on my side. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for sharing the space, for finding yourself present here with me again. It really is a pleasure. I'll say goodbye. And I'll see you again tomorrow, friends. Ta-ta. Cheers, everyone. Love ya.